So how can they introduce the X-Men into the MCU? And Henry Cavill is rumored to play Wolverine in Captain Marvel 2? Let's talk about it. So, we can all agree that Wolverine could be getting his own film trilogy. I could see that happening, since he's X-Men's most popular character. He's a pretty big character, and he's, if not the most anticipated mutant to see in the MCU. So, Henry Cavill is rumored to play Wolverine in Captain Marvel 2. I think Henry Cavill is a good choice for Wolverine. After all of the Wolverine and stuff I've been trying to find a perfect actor who can suit Wolverine. Outside of Hugh Jackman, I really wish Hugh Jackman would return as Wolverine. But I guess I found my dream cast for Wolverine, Henry Cavill. Oh. My big question is, why is he in Captain Marvel 2? They barely have any chemistry. But the thing is, Rogue has recently been rumored to be in Captain Marvel 2, and the thing with Rogue is that her origin story on how she became part of the X-Men had something to do with Captain Marvel. She was thrown off a bridge, blah 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 blah, and Captain Marvel, when she took up the name Miss Marvel, has taken her to the X-Mansion since she's a mutant. So, either it's Wolverine or Rogue. I have no idea, but Kevin Feige did state that Rogue is his favorite member of the X-Men, which I could see that. Rogue is pretty awesome. Not in the movies, though. They completely screwed her over in the films. I like her more in the comics than in the X-Men TV show. But why would Wolverine be in Captain Marvel 2? I mean, I know Captain Marvel 2 is, of course, happening. Wolverine is coming to the MCU. But the big problem is, Captain Marvel 2 is not the right film to introduce him in. Probably introduce him in something, in the future of the MCU. Like, maybe Spider-Man 3. Or maybe into the Multiverse of Madness. Or maybe Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Or maybe a little cameo in the Eternals, since the Eternals is going to be a big film for mutants and any other human species. So, let's talk about some other rumors of the X-Men in the MCU. We got a rumor that a mutant is going to appear in Shang-Chi. We got a rumor that Charles Xavier is going to be in Into the Multiverse of Madness, which I can see that. And there's rumors of a Gambit Disney Plus show, which I would really like, because I'm a big fan of the character Gambit. I was pretty bummed to hear that the film was canceled. Yes, Gambit was supposed to get his own standalone movie. James Marsden, the original actor for Cyclops, said he wants to play Cyclops again, which I can't see that because James Marsden is 46 years old. He's kind of too old for the role of Cyclops. But hey, they can always digitally DH him. I could see that. So Kevin Feige said he wants to do stuff different from Fox's X-Men movies, which is why I'm showing a picture of 20th Century Fox on screen right now. So what do I think they could do? I think they could do standalone projects with mutants like Wolverine, Gambit, and introduce some mutants in different films from Phase 4, probably have a cameo in Fantastic Four, or maybe one in Moon Knight, or someone in She-Hulk. I have no idea. Now, when can they make the X-Men MCU movie? Probably 2025 or 2026. But what do I think they could do? How could they introduce the mutants? How are they going to put them in their timeline? Well, let's talk about it. So, there are theories that Wanda created mutants, which does make sense. I know she's a reality bender, but still doesn't make sense. There's also rumors that Deadpool is going to be the father of all mutants. We know Ryan Reynolds is going to return as Deadpool. We know Deadpool is going to have movies in the MCU. That's guaranteed. But still, also doesn't make sense. And we also got theories that the Blip created mutants, which also doesn't make sense. My theory is that the mutants have been in the MCU for a very long time. They could do the Apocalypse route, which in X-Men Apocalypse, it's explained that Apocalypse was the first ever mutant, which is comic book accurate. Apocalypse was the first ever mutant. And we have mutants like Wanda and Quicksilver. I really hope Quicksilver comes back to life in WandaVision or in the Multiverse of Madness. I just love him so much. And we can explain that Magneto was the father of Wanda and Quicksilver all this time, like in the comics. Seriously, Magneto being Quicksilver's father went nowhere in the X-Men movies. Seriously, why didn't they explain that? And so, who should be the first members of the X-Men group. Well, what I think they're gonna do is comic book accurate style. Like, the first members of the group in the comics were Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Iceman, and Angel. You can also add in some other mutants like Gambit, Rogue, or Storm, etc. For Wolverine, I say save him for the sequel, I guess. And some other mutants like Nightcrawler. I really love Nightcrawler. But let's explain character origins and how Marvel Studios can handle them, unlike how Fox did it. Well, let's think of some comic book accurate origin stories. Like how Beast became Beast, like he did scientific experiments. They did do that in First Class, I would like to see them do it again. Or maybe they could explain that Nightcrawler and Mystique are mother and son, which that is true. But they didn't do that in the movies, which it's an interesting mother and son chemistry. Or maybe we can introduce some magic into the MCU with Colossus. Now, I don't think the New Mutants are in the MCU, even if the film is successful. I don't think it will be in the MCU. It could be in the MCU's multiverse, but I do think that they won't let go of the actors. But let's continue. So they can also do some stories like the comic book accurate way on how certain mutants became part of the X-Men. Like I said, I already said that. Sorry, I have a speech impediment. I don't have a speech impediment, I'm just slurping. So what else I want them to do is that I want them to do more X-Men movies outside of a trilogy, like X-Men 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And maybe an Alpha Flight Disney Plus show, or maybe an Alpha Flight movie. Maybe films from different mutants. Maybe they could team up with Fox or the New Mutants. So what I could say is that you make the X-Men a big film franchise into the MCU. Like, if you were to extend the deal with Sony for more Spider-Man movies, you do that. Thor is obviously going to live past the trilogy with Love and Thunder. And more. I also want good X-Men movies. I want it to be comic book accurate. I don't want them SJW appeal. I mean, sure, I know a lot of people are saying Marvel's going woke, but doesn't mean they're appealing to certain markets in the world, doesn't mean they are going woke, but if they're doing it too much, then yes, they're going woke. I do not want to see any character turn to the alphabet community when they're straight in the comics, but the thing is, Iceman was part of the alphabet community in the comics. I think he started out straight, and some jerk SJW had to ruin the character. I don't know if I'm wrong or not. But I do not want to see any of that. I'm not a homophobe. I am seriously not. It's just that, just never mind. It's just that it's unnecessary in film. I'm not a homophobe. And we also got, I do not want to see any race swaps or gender swaps, like the Magneto and Charles Xavier being race swapped rumor a couple months ago. It's not happening. I just want to see a comic book accurate. I want to see a race and gender and like personality accurate style of the X-Men characters. No identity politics involved. I know. This video is it's not a Marvel Got Woke rumor video. But hey, let's stop talking about that. I already explained my feelings. So, are there any other mutant rumors right now? I have no idea. I do not think so. But I would be on the hunt for some rumors of different mutants being introduced in the MCU. And I'll see you guys later. Marvel isn't going woke. Raylos are weird. Sonic made money. Ice Age baby haters are weird. And we will talk to you later. Hello everybody, it's me, Ada. And I just want to tell you that plush videos are still getting made. Undead just thinks he cannot make them anymore. But hey, he would still like to make them. We're still making Nerds of Prey, and, what else? Mario vs. Sonic. The Venom video will release when the Venom 2 trailer comes out. RPG Dimensions is going to be big. And we're going to be making more videos based off movies that are coming out. And possibly anything with nostalgia connections, or maybe something about memes and trends. There's a big future coming up for Undead's channel. And I would see you guys later.